Hey, seventh grade. So today we're working on the information for our last slide, which is genetic exceptions. And so I just added this sentence starter here. Some exceptions to Mendel's genetics are, and then I'm going to do Shift 9 and add my citation for my website. So where I left off was website number 6. So I need to, as soon as I can, type a number 7 here for to cite my evidence. And then I'm going to do a bullet point. Next thing you need to do is go to your search engine. So I typed in genetic exceptions for kids, and I found this great website that just lists them. So one exception to what Gregor Mendel found out was that there is incomplete dominance or codominance, like a blood type. And so I'm going to copy this. And because I copied it, I need to use quotation marks. I'm going to paste it in and close my quotation marks. And then I'm going to add my next bullet point. And then they give some good examples here. The next example is pleiotropy. And they talk about how a gene defect can result in many effects for the body. They give some examples of that, like sickle cell disease is a disease that you can inherit like that. So I'm going to use my quotation marks, I'm going to paste it and close with my quotation marks. And then my next bullet point, epistatic or covering up genes. It's when it interferes with the expression of another functional gene, like as in coat color in the Labrador retrievers or albinism. And I'll paste that in there. Make sure to use my quotation marks. If you're not putting in quotation marks, make sure you're adding those quotation marks. And then the last one that they list on this website is continuous variation. And so this is what you'll see when there's an animal that has multiple colors or multiple heights. Like we have different skin colors, we have different hair colors, we have different heights. And so that's an example of continuous variation. So I'm going to copy this. I'm going to paste it, making sure that I have my quotation marks and also making sure that I am citing my evidence in my works cited slide. Make that number 7 and make sure that I put that information in there. Okay. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to format all of my text so that it looks good. And I'm going to change the size of this a little bit so I can fit some pictures in there. And I want to make sure that I have my bullet points the same colors too. Let's see. Do this and do this. There we go. Okay. So now let's add some pictures. If I don't get to all the pictures today, I'll post a picture of my slide on Google Classroom. So I'm just making some room for some of the pictures that I'll add onto here. And we can do incomplete dominance. That was one of them. I can add my image. Okay. So here's a picture of some flowers with incomplete dominance. So we can see that the mother plant was white, the father plant was pink, and so they made a light pink plant. So I'll just copy this image, I'll paste it in, and I'll make sure that I add my web address. Okay, so I'll show you my finished slide in Google Classroom. Keep doing this, make sure you cite your evidence, and make sure you use quotation marks.